My friends, Ebrakra, there is a silent conversation happening within you every moment of your life. It is the voice that whispers when the world grows quiet. Ibrar, that voice, your own, holds the power to shape your destiny. The words you speak to yourself are seeds. Hebrew, plant words of doubt and you reap fear. Plant words of confidence and you harvest success. Every phrase you utter in the solitude of your mind becomes a command to the unseen forces that govern your fate. Speak to yourself with conviction. Hebrew say, I am capable, I am deserving, I am destined to succeed. For every affirmation spoken in faith carves a new path in your subconscious mind, and the subconscious, once impressed with belief, sets the entire universe into motion to bring your desire into form. Remember this truth. Your world mirrors your thoughts. Hebrew, you cannot attract abundance while speaking the language of lack. You cannot draw love while whispering unworthiness to yourself. Hebrew, you cannot summon opportunity while expecting failure. Speak as though you already possess the thing you desire, and your words will mold your reality to match that image. Your speech to yourself must be definite, clear, and unwavering. Hebrew. Say to yourself each morning, Hebrew, I have a definite purpose. I am in harmony with success. My thoughts are rich with power. Hebrew, repeat it until your mind accepts it as truth. When belief takes root, it becomes a magnet, drawing to you people, circumstances, and ideas that fulfill your vision. Do not speak in the language of fear, for fear is a thief that robs you of greatness. Instead, speak in the tongue of faith, that mighty force that moves mountains and creates empires. Every great achievement was first a whispered affirmation, spoken in solitude, believed in silence, and manifested through action. Ibroqui, speak to yourself as one already victorious. See yourself as the person you wish to become. Walk, talk, and think as though your desire is already accomplished, and soon it shall be. For what you consistently tell yourself, you will ultimately become. The words of your self-conversation are the architects of your fate. So speak to yourself this way, with power, purpose, and faith, Abruchu, and you shall attract all that you desire. There is a voice that never leaves you. It speaks when the world goes silent. It whispers in the darkness before dawn and echoes in your mind when no one else can hear. That voice is your greatest ally or your most dangerous enemy, depending on how you train it. The way you speak to yourself determines the life you live. Every triumph and every defeat begins in that secret conversation you hold within your own mind. When you stand before the mirror each morning, you meet the only person who can decide your future. Your words to yourself at that moment are not idle sounds. They are commands issued to the infinite intelligence that governs your destiny. Speak weakness, and weakness will answer. Speak strength, and strength will rise to meet you. You are Consta. NTLI programming your mind, feeding it instructions, and the world responds to whatever those instructions demand. Every thought you repeat becomes a belief, and every belief takes form in reality. The successful person does not wait for encouragement from others. They create it from within. They look into the mirror and say, I was born for greatness. I am guided by purpose. I am capable and I am worthy. Those words, spoken with emotion and conviction, sink deep into the subconscious mind. The subconscious does not argue, it obeys. It accepts your words as truth and sets unseen forces into motion to make them real. Think for a moment about the conversations you hold with yourself each day. Are they words of power or words of limitation? Do you remind yourself of your potential or your problems? You cannot build a palace with the language of poverty, and you cannot build a dream with the vocabulary of doubt. The world outside you mirrors the world inside you. If you speak defeat within, you will live defeat without. But if you speak victory within, life will rearrange itself to prove you right. When the mind is filled with faith, it vibrates at a frequency that attracts opportunity. Faith is not mere hope. It is the confident expectation that what you desire is already on its way. Each time you affirm your worth, you raise your vibration, and the law of attraction begins its work. Thoughts of prosperity attract prosperity. Thoughts of confidence draw opportunity. Thoughts of gratitude summon abundance. But this transformation does not happen once, it happens daily. The mind must be trained as the body is trained. Repetition builds belief, and belief builds reality. Speak to yourself in the morning, speak again at night, and never let a single word of doubt pass your lips. Say to yourself, I am calm, I am powerful, I am guided by purpose. I attract success with ease and grace. Say it until every cell in your body vibrates with truth. The difference between failure and fortune is often found in a single decision, the decision to believe in yourself before the world does. Many surrender their dreams because they listen to the voice of fear, but fear is only faith turned upside down. It is belief in the wrong outcome. You must reverse it. Replace every fearful word with one of strength. Replace every complaint with a declaration of control. There will be days when the world tests your conviction. In those moments, remember the words you speak to yourself are your shield and your sword. They are the light in darkness, the fire that reignites your will. Keep your inner dialogue sacred. Fill it with faith, gratitude, and purpose, and it will lift you beyond every obstacle. Speak to yourself this way with strength, clarity, and love, and you will attract everything your heart desires. Faith is the invisible architect of destiny. It sketches the design of your future long before the world can see it. Every great achievement began not with hands, but with belief. Belief so strong, so vivid, that it became a blueprint the mind could follow until it was made real. Faith is not a wish. It is certainty in motion. It is the quiet assurance that what you desire already exists in unseen form, waiting for your persistence to give it substance. Look around you. Every invention, every empire, every work of art once lived only in someone's imagination. Before the first brick was laid, before the first word was written, there was faith. A person dared to believe in something that did not yet exist. That belief became a mental picture, and that picture guided every thought, every choice, every action. This is the power of faith, the ability to hold a vision so clearly in your mind that reality has no choice but to conform to it. Hebrew faith is more than emotion. It is organized thought, charged with purpose. When you truly believe in an idea, your subconscious mind accepts it as truth and begins to work tirelessly to bring it to life. It draws to you people, opportunities, and resources you could not have planned for consciously. It opens doors where walls once stood. What you call coincidence is often faith at work behind the scenes, but faith demands that you act in harmony with your vision. You cannot declare abundance while behaving in fear. You cannot expect success while dwelling on failure. Faith is not a passive hope. It is an active force. It calls you to think, speak, and move as though the thing you desire is already yours. The world responds not to what you want, but to what you believe. And belief is built by the words you repeat, the images you hold, and the persistence you display when others would quit. There is a universal law that gives form to faith. Every thought, held long enough and emotionalized deeply enough, begins to attract its physical equivalent. When your mind is filled with confidence, it sends out a vibration that the world cannot ignore. Like a beacon in the dark, it calls to the right people and situations. The timid mind repels opportunity. The faithful mind invites it. Doubt is the great enemy of faith. Doubt poisons the soil where the seed of belief should grow. If you allow it to take root, it will choke out your vision before it can bloom. Guard your mind against it. Speak to yourself in the language of certainty. Say, I know that what I seek is on its way. I know that every event, every challenge is moving me closer to my purpose. Say it with such conviction that your subconscious cannot tell whether it is imagination or reality, because to that deeper part of you, there is no difference. Every moment you hold faith, you are building the mental structure of your dream. You may not see it yet, but it is taking shape, brick by brick, thought by thought. Others may laugh or doubt, but their disbelief has no power over a mind fortified by faith. Keep building, keep believing. when the blueprint in your mind becomes stronger than the obstacles before you, manifestation becomes inevitable. Hebrew faith is the unseen hand that shapes all creation. It turns invisible thoughts into visible form. When you believe with total certainty, the universe rearranges itself to match the picture you hold inside. So guard your faith as the most valuable treasure you possess. See your goal, feel it, speak it. Live as if it were already accomplished. And soon the world will bear witness to the architecture of your belief. Everything in the universe is in motion. Nothing rests. From the tiniest atom to the grandest star, all things vibrate, and every vibration carries a message. You are no exception. Your thoughts, your emotions, your words, they all emit vibrations that travel outward, touching unseen forces and returning to you in the form of experiences. The life you live right now is not an accident. It is the echo of the vibration you have been sending out. Change your vibration, and you change your world. You cannot attract to yourself anything that does not harmonize with your dominant mental state. The law of attraction does not respond to your wishes or your needs, it responds to your frequency. If your thoughts are saturated with fear, you will meet fearful circumstances. If your mind radiates confidence, opportunity will find its way to you. Like attracts, this is not philosophy, it is law. The starting point of all change lies within your vibration, and vibration begins with thought. Every time you think a thought, you set energy into motion. When you think persistently in a certain way, with feeling and intention, you tune yourself like an instrument to that frequency. Whatever matches it must come to you, for the universe is exact, never random. It operates with mathematical precision, responding faithfully to the vibration you maintain. If you desire success, you must think success, not as a faraway dream, but as a living reality already yours. Feel it as though it breathes within you. Speak and act as though it could not fail. This feeling of certainty shifts your vibration instantly. When your mind and emotions unite in belief, you become a magnet, drawing to yourself the very conditions you imagined. People call it luck, coincidence, or chance, but the wise know it as the law of attraction answering your signal. Every word you speak carries power. Words are crystallized thoughts, and thoughts are energy in motion. When you speak of problems, you multiply them. When you speak of solutions, you summon them. Guard your conversation, for it sets the tone of your vibration. Speak abundance and gratitude, and abundance will hear your call. Speak faith, and faith will rise to meet you. You cannot hold two conflicting vibrations at once. You cannot expect success while dwelling on failure. The universe reads your emotional state, not your surface words, but the feeling behind them. If you pray for wealth while feeling poor, you are sending the vibration of lack, and lack will answer. But if you speak with gratitude for unseen riches, your vibration becomes one of abundance, and abundance will obey. Many wait for outer change before changing their inner state, but the law works in reverse. You must first become the vibration of the thing you desire. Imagine the joy of already possessing it, the peace of already achieving it. Hold that feeling long enough, and reality will begin to bend in your favor. Circumstances will align, people will appear, and opportunities will open as though by magic. But it will not be magic, it will be law. Ibra free. The law of vibration and attraction is as certain as gravity. You do not question whether the sun will rise, you trust the law that governs it. Trust this law the same way. Keep your mind fixed upon your vision, keep your emotions in harmony with faith, and the universe will shape itself to your tune. Remember, you are never a victim of circumstance. You are the creator of vibration. The thoughts you choose, the emotions you cultivate, the words you speak, these are the notes of the song that call your destiny. Tune yourself to love, confidence, and purpose, and life will answer in the same key. Speak, think, and feel as though what you desire is already yours, and soon it will be. A person without a definite purpose is like a ship without a compass, drifting, tossed by the winds of circumstance, moving but never arriving. Yet the moment you fix your mind upon a single clear objective, all the forces of nature begin to move in your favor. Purpose is the spark that awakens power. It gives direction to thought and transforms mere desire into determination. Without it, even talent and opportunity are wasted. With it, ordinary men and women become unstoppable creators of destiny. You were not placed upon this earth to wander aimlessly. You were born with a purpose, a reason for being, a definite mission that calls to you from within. When you discover that mission and give it the focus of your mind, the energy of your heart, and the persistence of your will, the universe bends to assist you. The world makes way for the individual who knows where he is going. Ibrahim, but purpose alone is not enough. It must be fed and strengthened daily through the power of self-suggestion, the conscious use of words to command your subconscious mind. Every great achievement begins with a declaration spoken in faith. When you affirm your purpose repeatedly, you carve it into the very fabric of your subconscious until your every thought, decision, and habit begins to align with that aim. Self-suggestion is the bridge between imagination and reality. It transforms mere hope into living conviction. Say to yourself each morning, I know what I want, I know why I want it, I am moving toward it with confidence and determination. Speak these words aloud with feeling and belief. The vibration of your voice impresses your subconscious far more deeply than silent thought. The more emotion you attach to your affirmation, the faster. Your subconscious accepts it as truth. And once belief is established, your inner mind becomes a powerful magnet, drawing to you every resource, person, and circumstance necessary to fulfill your definite purpose. Most people drift because they allow their minds to be ruled by outside influences, by fear, by gossip, by the opinions of others. They speak to themselves carelessly, repeating phrases of doubt and defeat until failure becomes their natural state. But the disciplined mind speaks only of purpose and progress. It uses self-suggestion as a tool of creation. It chooses its words with precision, for it knows that every word is a seed that must grow into form. You cannot plant thoughts of limitation and harvest success. You cannot speak of lack and expect abundance. You must train your inner dialogue to match your definite purpose. If your goal is freedom, speak freedom. If your goal is success, speak success. If your goal is peace, speak peace. Your subconscious accepts the picture you paint with words and works tirelessly, day and night, to make that picture real. There will be times when doubt whispers and fear tries to shake your belief. That is when self-suggestion becomes your greatest weapon. In those moments, repeat your purpose with even greater conviction. Write it, speak it, feel it. Let it burn in your imagination until no shadow of uncertainty remains. Each repetition strengthens your mental blueprint, and soon your purpose will feel inevitable. Remember this truth: success is not a matter of chance, but of choice. The choice to think with intention and to speak with authority. The combination of a definite purpose and the disciplined use of self-suggestion gives you mastery over your destiny. You become the captain of your soul, steering your thoughts, shaping your beliefs, and directing your life toward your chosen goal. Fix your purpose like a star in the sky, and let your words be the wind that carries you toward it. Speak to yourself not as you are, but as you wish to become. And that is exactly what you shall be. There is a difference between a thought and a thought that burns. The world is full of people who think, but few who feel their thoughts. A thought without emotion is like a seed cast upon stone. It holds potential, but it cannot grow. Yet, when you mix that thought with emotion, with faith, desire, love, or determination, it becomes alive. It takes on vibration, power, and direction. It becomes a living force that moves the unseen world into motion. Every great creation, every breakthrough, every act of genius was first an emotionalized thought. It was not cold logic that built empires or changed lives. It was passion, it was faith. It was an inner fire that refused to go out. The mind may design the plan, but emotion fuels it. Without emotion, thought is sterile. With emotion, it is irresistible. When you think of your desire, do not merely imagine it, feel it. Feel the thrill of already possessing it. Feel the pride, the peace, the gratitude as though it were yours now. This feeling transforms your thought from an idle wish into a command. It impresses your subconscious mind and sends a vibration out into the universe. The clearer and stronger that emotional vibration, the faster it attracts its equal in physical form. Your emotions are the language of your subconscious. The words you speak reach the surface of the mind, but the emotions you feel penetrate to its core. When you speak your affirmations with conviction, not as hollow repetition, but with genuine feeling, you awaken creative power. Your subconscious begins to work, not because you've spoken words, but because you've spoken with belief. Many people fail to manifest their dreams because they try to think their way into success instead of feeling their way there. They recite positive words, but carry negative emotion. They declare abundance, but vibrate fear. The universe does not respond to words, it responds to energy. It matches the feeling you hold, not the phrase you repeat. You must feel what you wish to attract. Ibrahim, if you desire success, feel success in your heart now. Walk, talk, and breathe as one who already possesses it. If you desire love, radiate love until every person who crosses your path can feel it. If you seek abundance, give thanks for it before it arrives. Gratitude is the most powerful emotional force you can summon. For when you feel grateful, you affirm that you already possess. And possession in the mind precedes possession in reality. Understand this law: emotion magnetizes thought. Without emotion, your mind is like a transmitter with no current. With emotion, it becomes a broadcasting station that reaches infinite intelligence itself. Every strong emotion, whether positive or negative, is a signal. Anger, fear, jealousy, and worry send destructive vibrations that return in kind. Faith, love, joy, and confidence send creative vibrations that attract harmony and prosperity. You are always broadcasting something. Choose your signal wisely. Bertie, you can cultivate emotion through imagination. Close your eyes and picture your goal achieved. See it so vividly that you can touch it, smell it, taste it. Let that image move you until your heart beats faster and your spirit feels alive. That surge of emotion is power. That is the energy that builds worlds. Hold it long enough and no force can keep your vision from materializing. The greatest secret of creation lies here. Thought is the blueprint, but emotion is the builder. A cold plan cannot stir mountains, but a thought set on fire can move the universe itself. So do not merely think about what you desire, feel it as real. Let that emotion charge your belief, guide your actions, and shape your destiny. For when thought and emotion unite in perfect harmony, miracles cease to be miracles. They become the natural result of the law. There is no power in the world greater than a mind that refuses to yield. The difference between those who dream and those who achieve lies not in talent, not in fortune, but in persistence. The relentless repetition of belief in the face of all opposition. Every word you speak to yourself plants a seed, but only persistence gives that seed life. One affirmation spoken once is a whisper. An affirmation spoken daily, with faith, becomes a decree. The universe bends to the voice that never stops declaring its vision. When you begin to change your self-talk, you are rewriting the script of your destiny. But the old script, the one filled with doubt, fear, and limitation, will not surrender easily. It will resist you. It will whisper that your words are empty, that nothing is changing, that you are pretending. This is the great test, for if you persist through that resistance, if you continue to speak strength when weakness tempts you, your new truth will take root. Your mind will eventually accept as fact whatever you insist upon long enough. Persistence in self-talk is not blind repetition. It is the daily reaffirmation of your highest truth. It is the choice made again and again to speak faith when the evidence says otherwise. It is standing before the mirror and saying, I am powerful, I am guided, I am destined for success, even when your outer world has not yet caught up to your inner conviction. Every repetition strengthens belief. Every belief reshapes reality. The subconscious mind is like fertile soil. It does not question the seeds you plant, but it requires consistency. If you sow success today and doubt tomorrow, the soil becomes confused and nothing grows. Yet if you water the same thought, the same affirmation, day after day, season after season, the harvest becomes inevitable. The world belongs to those who persist in belief long after others have surrendered to circumstance. The greatest builders, leaders, and creators the world has ever known shared one secret. They spoke their dreams into reality until reality had no choice but to obey. When their plans failed, they spoke again. When doors closed, they affirmed again. When the world doubted them, they listened not to the noise outside, but to the voice within, the voice they had trained through constant self-talk. It is not genius that makes greatness. It is persistence of belief. There will come days when your affirmations feel hollow, when your confidence trembles. That is when persistence matters most. Speak your truth even through the storm. The sound of your words carries energy. The vibration of your faith reshapes your inner world. You may not see the change immediately, but beneath the surface, the soil of your subconscious is shifting, aligning, preparing. One day, without warning, you will awaken to find that your reality is caught up with the story you've been telling yourself all along. Never underestimate the compounding power of persistent thought. A single drop of water seems weak, but the river that carves canyons is nothing more than persistence over time. Your daily self-talk, those quiet, private declarations of strength and purpose, work the same way. Each word chips away at limitation until the wall of doubt crumbles. Persistence transforms affirmation into certainty. It turns imagination into faith, and faith into fact. So never stop speaking to yourself in the language of power. Let no day pass without reminding your mind of who you are and what you are destined to become. Say it when you rise and when you rest. Say it when others doubt and when you doubt yourself. Say it until your voice and your vision become one. For the one who persists in self-talk of faith will find that the world eventually echoes their words. Keep speaking, keep believing, keep persisting. For the mind that refuses to give up on its own words commands the very forces of creation to make them true.